All right, we are up on streaming. I'm just going to do a quick little sound check. Let's see how we are. But I'm going to say. Do you reckon Justin's on again? Noah?
Yeah, lock it in.
Lock it in? Yeah, we got. I reckon I could almost safely not do sound checks anymore. I had this sort of point where we basically started the show.
Like and we sound check.
No. We just started like just going for it, right?
Yeah,
and 5 minutes in, I'm looking at the comments and they're like, no sound. There's been no sound, and it's just yeah, exactly. And it was just like a massive sort of debacle. Back in the day, 34 days ago. So welcome everyone, thank you so much for chiming in. Justin's back for 55 seconds, which I reckon would probably be within a matter of maybe like 30 seconds really. I was a little bit late in hitting the stream button. Justin, thank you so much. That is 10 days? I think 10 days straight. There's
10 days
competition to basically be the first person.
Who's the winner?
Justin's just smashing it right now.
Killing it.
Justin's just smashing
Killing it.
And Amanda's straight on as well. Hi Aaron.
Hello.
Lovely Amanda, who did an amazing job today. Things back to normal. Are they? Kerry? Are things back to normal? Are things back to normal? Kerry, what are you talking about? Things are back to normal.
Normal as in we're still drinking?
I mean, yes. I mean, we're definitely doing that. But thank you so much for joining us, guys. We've got another amazing guest for this evening's hour-long show. We have Aaron Fenwick. Fenwick?
Hello.
Fenwick? Just
Fenwick?
Fenwick.
I don't know. Whatever suits your style.
What are we drinking? Oh, tell us about yourself. Tell us all the things, man.
Oh my God. Well, hospo started career, definitely. Restaurants and things like that.
Yep.
And then worked for some people, some big people. Worked for some smaller people, and then opened my own place. So yeah, and started making some juice.
Quite amazing juice, I should say. So tell us about this. We've got I've got to start at the beginning. I think because we could start at so many different tangents, but start at the very beginning. We're just having a conversation before we hit the stream button. You're a Queenslander.
Pretty much.
What's pretty much?
Well, like you know,
like, I'm from Byron.
Byron.
I'm totally from Queensland.
You know there's the borderlands. So you know like Tumbulgum.
Yeah, right.
So like right on the border.
Wow.
So yeah, that's where I'm from.
How'd you end up in Adelaide?
High school, I got a scholarship to Le Cordon Bleu to do hospitality management.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, wow, man. Is it still operating? Le Cordon Bleu here?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a huge reputation. We were in, of all places, Christ, we're in, I think it was like Dubai?
Yeah, right.
Abu Dhabi, and we're just sitting down having a coffee, and they're like, we're from Australia. We're in Australia, from Adelaide. And they were like, yeah, no, I did all of my studies at Le Cordon Bleu in Adelaide. Yeah. It's a big thing.
So it does all the management degrees.
Yep.
In Adelaide. And then the culinary side of things is focused in Melbourne and Sydney.
Right. So did you jump between the two, or jump?
No, came straight to Adelaide.
So you were all management.
Yeah, 100%. So I don't know.
That surprises the shit out of me, Aaron. I gotta admit, that really surprises the shit out of me.
Manager. Yeah. No. We. It was a really crazy experience. So I moved to Adelaide, did not know a single person whatsoever, and yeah, just came down to study. Studied, had 3 jobs to make it all work.
Yep.
And then started working at Penfolds in the restaurant.
Naturally.
Of course.
What year was that?
That was 09. September 09 is when I started in at Penfolds. Yeah.
Wow. So I was arriving at that time. I arrived into Adelaide on about 2 months after that.
Because we're very close to being similar age, aren't we?
What are you trying to say, bro? Wait, you're 99?
I'm older than you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 89.
You're, right,
yeah,
okay,
July.
that's
yeah.
I mean, you know.
So it's fine.
So what's it like?
It's fucking great. 30 is the best. Do you know, I can show you photos where I looked like 37 when I was 21. Now I'm 30, it's like, this is all good. I'm fine with this. It's fine.
I did a phone interview this morning with someone who was they were the sweetest journo as well, sweetest journalist, and I was just saying, oh look, I've got this live stream. Thanks, brother. Live stream going on this Friday. It's my 30th, and it's not exactly how I envisaged You know, my 30th being. I'm not even sure what I envisaged my 30th being, but it involved fireworks and some livestock. And
live stream or livestock?
But no, it'll be obviously live streaming and sort of like we went through to this interview about, and it is about live stream. The interview was about sort of what we're doing. What we're doing is a little bit different, I guess. And at the end, she was like, you know, I just went through. It's just one of those faux pas.
Yeah.
So I was just going through photos and like everything you've done, everything like, you know, it's like you're in your late 30s. And I was like,
Yeah. Oh, it happens. Like,
and that was it. That was it. It wasn't a comma. It was a full stop. It was a
100%.
statement. There was not. Listen, but I suppose now there wasn't any of that. Yeah.
Oh, it's like ridiculous. So when I was 21, 21 something, I was a restaurant manager at Penfolds. So, you know, there's a certain persona, a certain aura and things that you meant to have about you to hold a position like that. So
of course,
everyone thought I was old as fuck.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
35, 38, 39. I was like, man, I'm fucking 21 years old, man. Like, a year and a half ago, I was polishing glasses.
So how did that sort of really work into? Obviously, you've come from. You must have been obviously inspired by food and wine.
Absolutely.
To come to Le Cordon Bleu.
Yeah.
Getting
absolutely.
to Penfolds, and what happened to your wine knowledge then?
Oh, I mean, that was really, truly the beginning of it. Like, to be honest, it seems very far away from where I am now. But the only wine I ever drank really growing up was Riccadonna.
Oh, you're gonna say Grange, and I was just like, I just fucking loved working at the place that makes Grange.
No. Riccadonna sparkling. That was it. That was
wow. Yeah, you are an 89 baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It's before my time.
And that shit is good. So that was, obviously we did some wine classes in the degree as well. And then, working at Penfolds, the most amazing thing about working at Penfolds was the back vintages. So I literally was in a position where we could... We tasted at that point so it was 08 Grange was the one that was being released. So we tried, Josh Pickens, who was the som at the time as well.
And Josh has been on the show a couple of times as well. You guys met him?
Crazy motherfucker.
That's where I met you for the first time, I reckon, when you came into Parade Cellars. I was working there. You were there with Josh, and clearly you guys had a very good rapport. It was so, you know when you meet someone, like a couple of people that have so many in-jokes.
Thought we were together.
Yeah, when it was
so many people thought we were together.
I kind of thought you were.
They still do.
It's like you were speaking another language. The amount of you're basically 100% of the rapport that you have together is just in-jokes.
100%.
It must be when my brother and I get together and everyone else sort of like looks at us and it's just like you're speaking another language.
Oh, 100%. There's so much growth back then, so we were growing together hugely. So everything we were doing, everything we learned and experiences together is completely memorable. So it was just an amazing time.
Like a sponge. And that was around that time when, you know, Natty Selection Theory was happening.
Exactly.
That was a very exciting, like 2011. 2012.
Yep, 2012 was
2010, 2011, 2012 were like the most amazing years in Adelaide to be, and we just sort of like just lucked it, basically, that we arrived at the right time.
It's really crazy. I actually the reason how I met Anton and Tom Shawbrook and Tim Webber was there as well, was when we closed Penfolds to do the renovation for the new restaurant.
Yeah.
We sold all the restaurant equipment, so they came in.
Didn't Anton buy the fucking chairs?
He bought all the fucking chairs. He bought the fridges, the freezer, the stoves.
This is Anton von Klopper from Lucy Margot. So in case you're unaware, probably one of the most notorious natural winemakers in Australia.
So that happened and was like, okay, these guys are fucking crazy, super cool, super lovely and welcoming and like very open. So Anton invited us up to his farm and that was quite some time ago. So we just went up there and I was like, what the fuck is this world going on? Like, this is amazing.
I went up there a couple of times for various reasons. It was once with like Tim Wildman did like a tour up there. And, Anton was kind enough to lend us his corker to sort of get us up and running. I remember like going up that fucking driveway.
It's hectic. I actually just spent 3 days on the driveway making it nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you need to spend
I'm
a few
road
more
worker.
days, bro.
I'm a road No, it's prime. It's great. It's
I swear to God,
it's like a freeway.
I thought I was gonna get like gutted, slung up, bled out, and then turned into some sort of like weird dried sausage.
Yeah.
It was like
Because that happens there as well.
yeah, I know. I think I rocked out. That was the day I also met Cohen.
Yeah, because he did vintage up there.
Yeah.
2012, I think it was.
It must have been then.
I think it was around
the
then.
sort of when it was like peak Anton.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
100%.
Well, I mean, we don't know if he's peaked yet. You know, I don't think he has.
Something's definitely going on.
Speaking of Cohen, though, he has chimed in as well,
Has he?
saying, "King A, please explain bushvine Pinot Noir."
Well, you get Pinot and you trim it back to bushvine.
It's a pretty simple thing. Just don't have a trellis, I guess. Brennan,
yeah.
sorry.
No, you go.
Brennan, those shirts need to find their way onto the website, please. No, these are the Carter's coffee liqueur ones, but I'm sure we can certainly help that out.
Do something.
Holly Ratcliffe, love to see you. Scotty Carter, yo lovely peeps. There's only one. His name is Aaron. I'm just your brother. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Terry made the great migration, all of you lovely non-South Australians, up to our place today. It was lovely to see you, Terry.
I heard this is actually Terry's show, so thank you.
Legitimately, Terry's the dungeon master. We're just his minions, and he sets the rules and tells us what we can and cannot do and when to drink, actually. So when Terry says drink, we drink.
Well, he's been missing quite a few cues.
Well, I mean, well, you should be very aware that there is. I have failed to inform you that there are several very important words that you cannot say unless you would like to drink.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Is that one of them?
No, it's not.
Thank God.
So what was the progression? Because you've gone from set the scene. You've got Penfolds, and now you are self-confessed. I'm going to say, and forgive me if it's the wrong word or a contentious word. I just call it natty wine or natural wine because I don't give a shit what you call it. It's tasty juice. Okay, so natty wine producer as well as co-owner of one of the I would say premier natural wine hubs of I guess. Australia.
I don't know.
And one of the most amazing places to go to eat and have really wonderful, hospitable service.
Yeah.
So how did that come from fucking Penfolds, man?
Yeah. Well,
what's
the
lesson here?
The link in between was obviously Jock started at Penfolds, chef. We wanted to do some things there. Corporate got in the way of some certain things. So left. We all left. Opened Arana. Once we got to Arana, we could buy whatever the fuck we wanted. Obviously,
Yeah.
We weren't a winery restaurant.
I assume you have money.
Anyway.
You know.
We didn't have money,
so you couldn't buy whatever the fuck you wanted.
we got some things and like started.
You should have talked to Anton. I heard he bought some chairs and shit a couple of years back.
Exactly. So it just meant we could pour different wines. So then started getting into these other different wines and things like that. Couple of years after that, I just had like a bit of a wake up call health wise. I was drinking way too much, well, probably less than now, but I was drinking quite a bit, smoking heavily, and had a bit of a health thing. So I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to change things. And living in the city and hospo, working 100 hours a week and partying too much and all the things. So I had a conversation with Anton in the street. I was like, hey, I'm finally opening up that restaurant that we bought all the equipment of.
Yeah, because he held that. Did he? Because I remember driving past that building every time I went to the city, and twice a day I got to see it, and
nothing happened there for 5 years.
Yeah, there is nothing, and I was like, oh, that's where his cellar door was the story. And I was like, eventually, have a fucking cellar door.
We still don't have a cellar door.
No, you don't. It was weird. It was just but I mean, it's sort of like if you can't go to the hub, the home of. Literally the home of. You would go to Summertown Aristologist, I guess.
Pretty much. Well, that was the basis of the whole program, was to open this place where people could access Lucy Margot and Communal Buttons. Is it a joint JV, like a joint venture between? There's three of us.
So it's basically Jasper,
myself, and Anton. Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
So and then. Basically it was to create a home for those brands. a place where we could also people could eat foods that would go with those styles of wines, and to talk about natural wines and things like that. We still, the three of us, have huge discussions about what is natural wine or what is wine or whatever.
Seriously?
Yeah, all the time.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is really sort of, that's a pretty humbling statement, isn't it?
Well, it's like something that we're like, I don't think, as soon as, I think, the saying goes, as soon as you think you know one particular thing in its completeness, someone comes along and fucks it up anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing? Like, let's continue the conversation. Let's continue learning.
That's amazing because if I may, there's a general sentiment that people that are typically high up in the natty wine world are quite dogmatic. High up, right? Like, so everyone's sort of like, that's sort of, it's the end. And for me, when I hear that, knowing full well where it came from and where it's gotten to now, I find it really interesting, because it was all about, letting go of dogma. It was about letting go of these things and being welcoming into an inclusive community about wine, and just kind of like just having fun with it, not taking yourselves too seriously, wines too seriously. Sure, there's a degree of philosophy with how it should be made, but there was an entire world opened up of flavour and ways forward, and different ways of farming.
But it's like, a lot of like, fuck everyone else. What the fuck is going on with all this shit? So there was that whole fuck you movement, and then it sort of came back around and be like, actually, we need to make good wine. Not fucked up. Like we still need to make great wine. Like, we can't just say, all this other stuff is fucked because for whatever reasons. We still need to make something that we can pour into a glass and it's delicious. Yes, there's some founding principles for wine that you would label natural, in my opinion. Yeah. And until something is truly legalized.
Well, it has been. Did you hear about this?
In France.
In France. But
they are the more progressive. All the rules come out of there anyway most of the time. So
it's interesting to see, like in France, where like they have actually created an appellation for what natural wine is and is not.
That was 3 days ago, wasn't it? Like
it was maybe about a week ago. But very, very recent, super recent. And then it's interesting, sort of my experience. You spent a bit of time in the States.
I did.
Yeah,
I did. Ages ago. So long ago.
When we see and we sort of go, or we can't go anywhere right now, but I mean we've been going to the States quite a lot, and I've been quite surprised to see that Australia, I find, so much more progressive in its natural wine scene.
Australia's probably, outside of France, Italy,
is the number one, I would say.
France and Italy, maybe Spain as well. Like, Australia's probably the most progressive.
It's pretty amazing to see how.
Core.
Why do you reckon it's happened in Oz and not happened in America?
I think because
liberal America, liberal.
Yeah, but I think there's like such a tradition about wine in Australia, and like, you went to school, you studied winemaking, and you found grapes, and then you made wine, and like, that was sort of it. And then people came along and was like, actually, I've heard some people like, don't do this, or don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And you can still turn grapes that are grown into a beverage that's drinkable. Like, for me personally, that's what wines that I want to make.
Yeah.
All I want to do is have grapes that are grown in a beautiful way that's sustainable for the earth, that gives back more than it takes. And the byproduct of farming that way is grapes. Yeah. And then you get the grapes and you try not to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And you turn it into a drink. That's drinkable. That can be clear. Can have backbone. Can have aging potential.
Totally.
And trying to achieve that without adding a single thing other than grapes. And it is possible. Like, that's the beautiful thing about natural wine, is that is achievable. It just takes fuckloads of focus, heaps of hard work, and heaps of luck. Because
there's a fair degree of luck.
Things can go wrong.
For sure.
So then it's also about that whole learning process of trying to get to the end. We know where we want to be in the end. It's like, how do we do all these things and how do we learn? There's certain things you can do in the winemaking process to identify problems early and fix them.
For sure.
And there's certain things that become prevalent in certain varieties from certain vineyards.
Yep.
That you'll see again. And you go,
Yeah.
okay, fuck, that happened the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah, like this is probably going to happen again. This is what we're going to need to do now to
Exactly.
be able to fix that.
Exactly.
And there's plenty of, I guess for want of a better way of describing it, natural remedies for things. There's plenty of just things that you can
Absolutely.
stumble across that are like, we can actually fix this with this, but it does,
100%.
it means labour, typically.
Absolutely.
And it means something that is inherently very inefficient to be able to fix it.
Yep.
Yeah, and so this is something that we've sort of found has become a bit of a thing in the natural wine scene. Prior, it was all about sort of that sort of screw the numbers, screw the analysis, we're not trying to make wine by the numbers. And now there's sort of like an idea of going, actually, they're probably good things to know. We're not going to be led by them. We're going to choose whether they're going to be led by them or not.
Absolutely.
But those are going to make this other aspect, this drinkability factor, so much easier to achieve,
Totally.
essentially.
Well, you think about like, Anton, for example, he was Dux of
He was.
winemaking school, whatever the first class or honours. Like he knows the numbers.
Yeah. He's one of the
A
smartest
lot of
guys that have
people
actually-
know the numbers.
Yeah.
They just challenge them and question what is there's a threshold, like how much mousiness is
So it's like, how much high pH can we go? Can we keep pushing it north? Can we keep pushing it north? You know, exactly.
like there's these things. So it's not about I like that's one thing that I really, in time, I think with my wines I'll have a little bit more to do with the numbers behind the things. But for the moment, I really want to just learn sort of the other way around.
Yeah.
So not focus on that, try and learn intuition and feeling and trust myself.
Yeah.
And then have numbers back that up.
Exactly.
It's like opening a business. So the Aristologist,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck we wanted to do. Like we wanted a wine bar to sell wine or whatever, and then also we had chefs come in because we wanted food as well, and they went fucking hard and cooked amazing food. So I was like, actually, fuck, we don't know what we are because we want to be this. I was drunk for like the first 6 months of opening the bar because I was like, open the bars. I was like, everyone, like, let's party. Like, it was just.
That is what you're known for. That is what you're known. I'm just okay. Just you know.
So like it was like we had no idea what we are. So, and then like you look back. So you have an idea of like what we should be doing or where we should be going.
Yep.
And then you turn around and you go, okay, the last 12 months, it cost this much fucking money to do this. We spent this much on that. And you look back on the numbers and then you let that inform your future decisions.
Totally. So it's the same sort of thing with sort of winemaking as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's how I'm approaching, I guess, how I'm going to do things.
Jumping straight on the comments here. Aiden, is the cellar door open to visits? It is for takeaway booze. You totally can. Tash Studley, what a dirty mo. I like it. We love you, Tash.
Filthy.
Teresa Picula, when all of this is over, I'm coming to visit. You have shunned some awesomeness on Adelaide during these streams, and thank you so much. That's really very kind. I mean, to be honest, they're shining awesomeness on us, so it's a bit of a.
It's a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of fun. A bit of drinking fun. Loving the Who's Who graphics. Yes, so we do have little graphics that are on Facebook. Yeah. That are like coming up every.
I can't see them.
Every 3 minutes. It just says your name and who you are.
Oh, okay.
And we were listening to you guys who were like, who can chime in a little bit later into the stream and actually understand what the F is going on.
Yeah.
And so we're thinking about you guys there. Where are you, Terry? He's in Adelaide. He'll let you know. What wine is it, can I ask, please? I watch on my phone, so the label is too small to read. Let's tell us about the wine.
So this wine is, should I put it up close?
It
is Chardonnay. It comes from a vineyard that Anton and now I've been working with. Anton's been working with this guy, Steve, for 8 years. It's my third vintage from them. It's Magpie Springs. It's down the southern part of Adelaide Hills. So basically, some of the most furthest southern vineyards you can get. So Wollonga Hill, and come back down, and it's pretty much just down on that.
Right.
So it's like
So you're like
type of-
sandstony.
Oh, it's super sandy.
Yeah.
Definitely getting the car bogged in sand all the time. So Chardonnay, this is 2019. For me,
What's the name? I'll try.
Chateau.
Oh, you have? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. This is, for me, Chardonnay is always just trying to create some sort of purity and understanding of the fruit and where it's grown. So it's always, for me, 100% whole bunch pressed, straight into barrel for fermentation. That's it. Racked once, settled, then racked, settled for a week, straight into bottle, and finito. That's it.
I love the fact that on the front it says ingredients grapes.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So you brought a bit of a wine because, of course, the only sport left on Australian television is, of course, drinking and blind tasting. So you brought something a little bit special for us to try to have a crack at.
Yeah. It's
Bring it on.
What's that for?
This is Corky McCorkface. People get pissed off if they don't get to see Corky. Seriously.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like, I'm doing it for the people. I mean,
You're not spitting it.
Depending on what you have brought.
See, now I've actually got a water glass and a wine glass. It's professional.
So just for everyone's reference, Terry, I should absolutely sort of big shout out. Terry intended to bring some eyes for old Corky here to be able to chuck on, but it was forgotten in the process of him coming up here. So yeah, I love all of your shows. Thanks, Kim. Doing it for the people. Yes, we are. My liver, Aaron's liver, and hopefully all of your livers. What are you guys drinking at home? I really want to know what you guys
send some photos through. Let's hear about it.
Send comments, send photos. We want to know what you guys are drinking right now. We want to know what you guys have planned for dinner. We don't want to know where you live, and we don't want to know what you're wearing, and that's actually a good thing. So we already got wine in. Well, maybe Aaron does, but
I didn't. I was just clearing my throat.
Okay, all right.
It's the wine, I swear.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, this is super fucking interesting.
Cheeky, that's fun.
Black glasses, obviously you can't see the color.
No.
I think, like, nose-wise, you could probably guess it.
Straight off the bat, I'm saying it's white wine.
No.
Bullshit.
100% not. Well, actually, I mean, we'll talk more about it later, but okay, there is white wine in it.
Okay, is that white wine just put me out of my misery?
No, the color is not white.
No, is the white wine that's in it either Sauvignon Blanc or Gewurz?
There is some Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah. no Gewurz.
Okay.
No Gewurz.
It's really quite lifted. It's amazing. It's straight away.
I can see why sort of like juicy. Gewurz, though, juicy, but also herbaceous in a way, and that sort of lychee sweetness type thing. Yeah. But no Gewurz.
No bueno.
We don't fuck with Gewurz at all.
That's interesting.
Not yet. Depends how desperate
so
we are.
it's one of your wines, is it?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not. It's not. It's not one of my wines.
It's amazing. So,
as in, just we don't drink Gewurz. That's what I meant. Not to give you any hints. Yeah. Australian?
Obviously.
Absolutely.
And it's South Australian. It's definitely from
South Australia.
Yeah, totally. It's from around your parts.
It's from around our
so we
parts.
We can get through that.
Let's get through that shit. Yeah.
But that's interesting. Why do you think that was such an easy thing to conclude?
I think there's
obviously the enclave of producers that there is such. If you look at the data,
it's South Australia. It's Basket Range. There's a lot of this rebellion sort of like this hub of like let's
fuck some shit up. Yep.
Let's make some shit. So and that energy and snowball effect just happened to happen here. Like it's just crazy that Anton and Taras pretty much within like a couple of years kicked off.
Yama was there for a while.
Yama started
and now he's out at Mylor. No, he was out at
Forest Range.
Yeah, Forest Range.
Yeah, so he's still, his winery is still in Basket Range at the moment.
Yep.
he was building winery.
And then there was Gareth and
Gareth in 2013 was his
Manon. There was
Tim. Jasper came along.
Jasper, Baraccio. There's
Alex Shulkin.
Sholto as well, which we're trying to get Sholto on. I reckon that would be really cool.
Sholly on. That'd be
Seriously,
sick.
because Laura and I,
so cute.
Laura and I
want to just kiss him every time.
I know.
I can't see him during like ISO and
Laura
things.
and I kind of got a little bit pissed off, to be honest. Not with Sholto at all.
Can't be pissed off
Can't be
with
Sholto. Absolutely not. No, because we were like, you know, when we started, we were the youngest winemakers that we knew of. We started at 19. And then, 20,
Sholto's
21,
like
23, 24, 25, 26. And we're like, we're still the youngest winemakers. And we're like, guys, someone should have actually fixed this by now. Someone should have. And there's not really a platform for young people to get into wine. It's a bit of a weird thing. But and then Sholto came along and he's like, hey, what's up? And literally, we were like, oh, thank God. It felt like there was some pressure taken off it.
Well, there's this whole, like, even if you do a degree,
totally.
You start at 19, it's 4 years, right? So you're 20.
We started the winery after the first year because I was just impatient.
Yeah, totally.
And because if you're gonna make wine with a philosophy, you're gonna make a bunch of shit wine. So may as well get that out of the way early.
Totally.
And
not
then,
always. There's some gems.
Gareth. He just kind of like.
I mean, like even in experimentation, there's always things that like
Esoterico for us was that. Well, like no one wanted to do any sort of skinsy white wine with no ads or anything like that. And in fact, everyone turned their noses up in the winery, and Laura was like, "I'm not fucking touching that." And ended up becoming our most cult-followed wine. What's a Bevo? I mean, when you're given really good fruit, it's 1945 planted to Bevo. Pretty hard to fuck that up. Like you got to be doing.
You gotta have to do some real bad shit to fuck that up.
Basically.
That's what I mean. It's about good grapes, regardless.
So about grapes though, here basket range.
Yes.
Definitely Adelaide Hills fruit. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything Adelaide Hills.
So really, the key thing here is actually varieties. You know what variety? So it's red varieties. It feels like Cabernet. So it's so herbaceous, but it's not. It's probably like whole bunchy Syrah with a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc thrown in.
I've really fucked you up. I've actually given you a wine that you cannot guess.
That's right. Because it's not released, it's not commercial, and it's just literally like a blend.
And the ingredient says grapes.
That's so good. This is the reason why basket range is so fucking cool, because like it literally smashes every single paradigm, and it allows it allows development of something new. And I think new is sort of what, it's a reason why we call ourselves unique, something different, something weird, something fun, something just that no one else would possibly think of, because, I don't know, what are we trying to do here? We're just having a playful time with wine.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I'll talk about, this wine for me is a concept wine.
Sauvignon Blanc.
So the first people that, I tried a wine that have made one in a similar concept like this is Tim and Monique from Manon Wine. So they have a wine called the Cosmic Blend. Their first vintage for that, I believe, was 2016. Essentially, what happens is every time you, which full credit to them, this is sick, because now I'm doing it. Now the person that makes this wine is doing it as well. When you rack wines to bottle, obviously you don't purposely make cloudy wine. There's some people that do, and they're fuckwits.
Okay.
Like on purpose, like I purposely want this wine to be fucking cloudy. It's like, why? I don't understand that.
It is a bit odd.
It's a little bit weird, right? So when you're racking, you're trying to rack very carefully, and you want to get as clean wine as possible. So
what about Surly styles? Because there's Surly. Have you seen like Sauvignon Blanc Surly? Like on bottle. I mean, it's a legitimate styles out there that are cloudy. But I mean, I don't want to rain on your parade. No, it's just like
That's
thinking
fine,
but they do it because they want lees though. They actually want lees development.
Yeah, but like, are they trying to make champagne?
Yeah, exactly. I think it really sort of moves away though from expression of sight or anything. But here, this is different though.
This is completely different. This is actually all the lees.
This is the Jesus juice.
It is.
This is Jesus juice.
So so when you rack the wine, you've got the lees left over. So at the bottom, it's sludgy cream. I've got photos. Like it looks like
a brain.
Cream.
Yeah. It looks like a red brain.
Yeah, totally.
And
Not
thick.
not vinegar.
No. But it's like but
Yeah,
it's thick.
it's thick as
like
fuck.
totally.
Yeah, so,
it's like sludge.
So what actually? That's still wine.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean, yeah.
if
In
you
Basket
take-
Range, it is.
Well, it's still grapes.
Yeah, no, it is. No, but there's still. I mean, and it's interesting because in like big, massive wineries, right?
Fuck, how many liters of that shit would they throw away?
Yeah, but they run them through these rotary
Actually, they filter everything
RDVs. They
through
filter everything and actually extract it out of it. But like, you don't. I mean, time, just a little bit of time. You just let it settle, and you can rack off the top. Like eventually, it is heavier than wine. Wine's actually less dense than water.
Yep.
You know.
So when you're doing that process, you're left over with this. So so what happens is basically that last bit of lees in a 300 litre barrel, it might be 30 litres.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Give or
Depends
take.
how good the cellar hand is.
Give or take.
Yeah.
So I keep saying we. Obviously, Anton and I made this wine.
Okay.
I keep saying we.
It's awesome. It's actually really fun wine.
It's
So
super.
it's 19. It's called Out of Control because there's absolutely no control. So basically, again, this is all the lees that you would have. And obviously Anton's on the label and he looks out
Naked.
of control and naked.
I mean, that's a really good image of Anton.
Josh
That's,
will like this. It's a little bit Paul Smith.
Oh yeah. Josh is on actually. You said
Josh is
drinking
on.
Ben Folds Strange over here.
Ah, perfect. So yeah, this is all the lees from all of our wines. Actually, even when we disgorge our pet nat, because we disgorge all our pet nat now. So
Yeah.
we have this
Why?
thing.
Because you just like. I mean, it gushes or something, and you're like, no, or you're intentionally not trying to make it cloudy, or like
For
what?
pet nat?
Yeah.
Oh no, we feel it's more a pleasurable drink when you don't have to drink fucking tartrates.
I mean, like this is such like that's why I love getting you guys on because like, it gives me a really good opportunity to ask the questions that have been like going through my mind, or even just seeing like where the thinking process is. Shane Ettridge sort of blew me away because when obviously, and you were talking about this a little bit, well, not to sort of deviate too much, but when you opened up the Aristologist,
Yeah.
it was like we didn't fucking know what it was going to be, and they opened up something with a clear vision of we're going to do this, we're going to do the coded up thing, we're going to do cocktails, we're going to do this other stuff, and then after like 3 months they're like fuck no, we're going to have to do something completely different because they're responding to their customers.
Yeah.
It's actually really interesting to hear the perspective of because let's face it, like in terms, Anton's one of what I just call them the originals. They're the OGs.
He is a part of the
OG
small
natural selection
cluster
theory.
of people that happen.
Yeah, and their sort of next sort of generation and the next generation after that. To say that like you would actually change essentially methods based purely on the enjoyment factor of
Fuck
wine.
man, we're meant to enjoy this shit. Like it's not meant
it's
to be
awesome.
hard.
It's amazing. It's
like,
really sort of an admirable thing because it's
Yeah.
like fuck, I think everyone just wants delicious wine, right?
Fuck. If
And
you
that's
don't,
actually really fun wine. That's a really fun wine. So contrary to this wine, people can actually buy that wine.
Yeah, sorry, I sold out of the Chardonnay.
Yeah, that's right.
300 bottles of that.
This is actually fuck all. So there's currently
It's cool.
we
It's cool.
have about 18 bottles of this, I think, at the Aristologist, but we might have some more.
Are you doing takeaway booze though?
Aristologist is open for takeaway booze,
You do these awesome boxes.
veg boxes, so they go live every Monday at 5 p.m. to get vegetables from our garden. So we basically grow
Grab a hop,
vegetables
yeah.
for our restaurant that we
Yeah.
used to have and used to.
Are they like you got to log in at exactly that time? Like
Pretty
you need
much.
you need to Justin Hess this stuff. You need to be like on that
It needs to
fucking
be on it.
clicker.
We've had a few people that have been super loyal, and we thank everyone so far for the support. But yeah, every week now there's only 30 boxes available. As soon as they're gone, and that's it. So
Well, you're going to be competing against Laura and I now.
Great.
Everyone.
get it.
And what you deliver them?
No, fuck that.
So no, you got to come pick them up.
You gotta come pick it up. You gotta come.
It's worth the trip though. It's a really
Well, I
nice
think
drive. It's a really pleasant drive.
One of the beautiful things about the Aristologist and being in the hills, but only 20 minutes away from the city is like, it was always like a relatively special thing to come and do, but
Yeah.
it really is. It's not special. I don't like it is, but it isn't. It's like we just want to grow good vegetables for our restaurant. Our fucking restaurant doesn't exist anymore because of this shite, which is amazing because this is why we're here.
Yeah,
But
totally.
also,
Yeah.
you know, the vegetables need to be eaten. So, yeah, get them.
Remember when AF wore Armani? Came from Brad Hickey.
Fucking Brady. I do remember that.
Whoever this Kyatt Dixon person is, do you know Kyatt Dixon? Because I am so like Kyatt Dixon.
I do know Kyatt Dixon.
Sorry. Please
good.
strap Sholto in. Barry Abysmal, old mate Baraccio over here, strap on Sholly.
Yeah. So Kyatt Dixon's Lemus wines, he probably doesn't want
Oh
to know
my
this.
god, sick! I had Pinot the other day. Seriously, I had your Pinot. It was fucking awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it disappeared really
Barry
quickly.
Bismal. I'm letting go of industry secrets. I won't say who Barry Bismal is.
Oh, is this like is this like an alter ego?
It could be. I don't know, Barry.
Louis bro,
Is
hey
it
guys,
Barry?
great episode, can't wait for Sparky McKee. That's never gonna happen. Quick question, could you please clear up the difference between pet nat, natural wine and orange wine? Thanks, Cameron.
Fuck off, Cameron.
Oh mate. Yeah, can't wait for Sparky. Yeah, well, we can get Sparky McKee on and we're gonna feed him everything from the basket range.
Yeah, fuck
No, it's
right.
like, yeah, we'll see how that
Who
goes.
the fuck is Sparky?
Isn't he old mate Molly Duca?
Is he? The Broderick boys love Molly Duca. It's probably their favourite wine, actually.
It's what they base
I reckon
their
I've
entire
heard-
ethos of.
I've heard they buy-
Yeah, they buy
Back
it
vintages.
just to like benchmark and
Benchmark.
Sometimes a cheeky bottle might end up in a cask somewhere. Particularly I heard they like to seed their pet nat because it's got like. What do you need, like 10 grams a litre? So you'll need like 4 bottles of the boxer to be able to like...
per thousand.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to know, guys, do you roll the bottles? Like you mentioned, or is it the shake, isn't it? Seriously, yeah, your Molly Duca shake, you know?
Oh, isn't that just this?
No. Apparently they maybe we should get the wine on for shit wine inventions. No, because
This is a shit wine invention.
No, because they inject nitrogen into the bottles and you're meant to like shake the nitrogen out. I can't help thinking
What's that?
I'm like,
Isn't
that sounds like a massive excuse for someone fucked up on the bottling line. That sounds really fucking terrible.
Wasn't there like an energy drink that used to do that too? You're like, what's the things? You like pop the thing, you're like, and it's, oh no, that's Guinness.
Energy drink. Yeah, fair call.
It's got the balls in it.
Got my Aristologist box booked for pickup this weekend. Oh, so
Thank
book
you.
it. Oh, Christina Griffiths. Hey, where is the premium wine card? So looking forward to that. We were just talking about the premium wine card. It is coming. But I have a feeling, Christina, I have to address this.
That is fucked.
Firstly, it is pretty fucked up. I think it's a scam, and I think it's a double scam. Not only have we been scammed by it,
This one needs it.
Honestly, if you haven't seen what we're talking about, it's called the Premium Wine Card. Give it a Google, watch the video. You will be in fits of laughter if you know
It's
anything
truly
about wine.
amazing.
It's truly amazing.
It's science.
It's totally science. And I'm not too sure whether it's actually coming or not. Like, I've paid the money, and I hope it rocks up. But we do have, so we're gonna open. Let's open something with sulfur in it.
Oh, God.
We don't have. Because that's all about 50 parts. Oh, Panda would have. Laura, where's Laura? Is Laura here? Laura, how many parts does our off-dry Fiano have? Oh, 20 parts free. Do we have any overtly commercial wine here? Because
I hope not.
I have something that will turn commercial wine.
Oh yeah, we need this shit.
Yeah, commercial wine into natty wine, apparently.
Really funny?
Oh.
Let's do it. We have to fucking do that shit. Let's get that front stage.
This is a lawsuit.
Right.
Well, I bought it. I bought a wine. I purchased a wine. In fact, it came through wine swaps, so I didn't technically purchase it. It was given to me in swaps for our wine. The Brodericks, we're doing this for you. We are doing this purely for you guys. But I have a bottle here.
You're our inspiration.
You are our inspiration. I've got a bottle here of the lovely Molly Duca Boxer. Speaking of Sparky McKee, who I don't believe is actually involved in the winery anymore because I believe his wife has now taken over everything. Now I'm not too sure what. Is this not going to work? Come on, work for me, baby. So this is, it is the Molly Duca, the Boxer. It is, it's 2017 Shiraz.
Great.
Apparently it's vegan friendly. It's 15.5% alcohol.
Vegan friendly?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to say, with a fair degree of accuracy, this has more than 50 parts.
I reckon it's probably more than 100.
Would you like Corky? Yeah. All right. So we have, and it's been a while. I know it's been a while, and I know I've got this little thing up here, and we're gonna try and test this out before our times. I've got 15 minutes, bro.
Oh, we're already done.
Yeah, seriously.
Fucking hell,
We have not reviewed for a while a shit wine invention. These are the things that your grandmother gives you, that your auntie or uncle, whatever, gives you at like birthdays, Christmas, because you're just into wine, and they give you the most utterly irrelevant crap. And sometimes we're actually been surprised. So I actually jumped on it. Basically, this whole thing came on. I jumped on AliExpress, and I just bought a whole bunch of wine crap for like $100. Perfect. And we ended up getting some, like, we got some winners. We got the little, like, you've probably seen this in action. Oh, you'll use that in a second.
That sounds fun though.
It's very fun. But this has come through a particular individual who has recommended that we bring this on. So this is are we going to say this? Let's have a look. Let's give the wine a bit of a, ooh, hello. It's like smelling milk, isn't it?
Like fucking milk and raisins, like dried fucking pruny shite.
That's amazing. That is like lactones on lactones. Do you remember the caramel? What are the little caramel lolly
Tim Tams? Fantails.
Guys, no, hold that thought, because we're gonna cram a lot into the next 15 minutes. Firstly, junk food wine, because I feel that this is the appropriate wine. We review junk food.
Yes.
We review what's in your pantries. We want to see what you're drinking wine with. And guys, yes, we are going to review the Tim Tam.
Yes.
And I feel this may involve a Tim Tam slam of Molly Duca and Tim Tam.
Oh my god.
You knew this was
I'll
coming.
drink it out of here.
All right, so what we have. Wow, no, Werther's Originals. It smells like straight up Werther's Originals. I know.
It smells like something.
That is so dense.
It's like syrupy. It's like cough syrup. It's like thick.
We're gonna need another glass. We are gonna need another glass, because we're gonna practice some level of social distancing, I reckon. Where'd the bottle go? Jesus. All right, we're gonna start running out of. We're just gonna send it. Okay, cool.
We're not sending.
15.5%.
I think it's actually.
This is like the bourbon of wine.
It's been quite some time.
All right, so. Okay. Now, we've got some junk food wine. We're gonna get to this in a second, because we are gonna review one of the more important shit wine inventions that's actually hit the shelves that I particularly am a little bit frustrated with. But we're gonna turn this into natural wine.
Yeah, totally.
We're gonna turn this into natural wine utilizing this little guy.
SO2 to go.
It's
what we all do.
SO to go. This is. You might have seen these before. It reduces wine preservatives. So now, disclaimer: natural wine and whatever you want to call it isn't SO2 free wine. It's a range of other things as well. I'm taking the piss, guys.
Yeah.
But 2 sprays treats 1 standard 150ml glass.
I reckon about 5 sprays here would be pretty good.
It's made in WA, so enjoy a night to remember, not a morning to forget.
Oh god. Well, I've had a couple of both.
Whoa. Now, I find this, because I actually know what the active ingredient is in this, and I find it very unnerving that they do not tell you. No, they do. Wow. You should be terrified by this. Contains food grade hydrogen peroxide.
Perfect.
So,
very good for you.
very, very good for you. So we've got two sprays. Let's do the recommended thing and see if there is any difference between what's in these glasses here and what is in these glasses here. Okay, so do you want to? You want to spray yours?
I'll spray mine.
You spray yours.
How many sprays? 5.
It says 10 sprays. 2 sprays.
2. Should we go by the book?
So, go by the book, and then we'll determine what it actually needs. Oh no, we're gonna. Well, there's gonna be the trial spray. Don't put it in my eyes, bro. It's hydrogen peroxide. It's like fucking like bear spray. All right, we've got 2.
Those 2.
2 sprays now.
Obviously,
I went
give it
to
a swirl.
okay. To clarify, guys, I went to university for 4 years to learn how to do this very intricate cellar operation, which is to essentially bubble through, sort of through a Venturi effect, put hydrogen peroxide into an over-sulfured wine.
Yeah, right.
That's how it works. What it does is it oxidizes hydrogen peroxide, oxidizes
Makes sense.
through using oxygen the sulfur, the molecular sulfur that's inside this wine.
Oh my god. Smells like fucking chlorine.
I'm not too sure it's the peroxide or the sulfur.
I think there's too much sulfur in this to actually even combat that.
Should we go to 5?
This is David versus Goliath.
It smells foul.
It
smells like
way
chlorine. No,
worse.
it actually smells like actual
You know
chlorine.
what? This is actually already fucking hurts my head.
It smells bad. It smells really
it
bad.
hurts my head.
There's like, it's like maybe the I don't want to put it in my mouth.
I'm not fucking drinking that, to be honest.
Why? So they sell these. They sell these
It's
at retail
really not
bottle
good.
shops to take home, to add to wine, to take. Now, do you want to know something really interesting? So they've figured this out. They've actually figured out. They've absolutely figured out how sulfur causes headaches in wine.
They actually have.
They legitimately have. Do you know about this? It's amazing.
I don't know, but I know that it happens.
Yeah, it absolutely happens. Absolutely happens. It's because when you're basically you consume alcohol,
Yeah.
your body needs to break that down to basically aldehyde, then a ketone, then basic carbons. Now, when you actually hit aldehyde, you need to use. I believe it's the enzyme is called alcohol dehydrogenase to do so.
Oh god.
Okay.
Sounds way too much.
I know, it sounds way too much, but this is the legitimate pathway. So large amounts of sulfur consumption,
Yep.
right, will actually inhibit the production of the enzyme,
Yep.
which means that you start to accumulate alcohol and aldehyde in the body. And the body does this thing called buffering. So it basically grabs water from other parts of your body
Yep.
to dilute those things so it doesn't damage you, right? So that's a good reason not to have a lot of high sulfur in wine.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the water, the drawing of water causes obviously headaches, and therefore you're dehydrated, etc., etc., etc.
Makes sense.
Now, this thing here does not remove the sulfur. This is really,
Cannot.
really, really important. Once sulfur is in there, it is always in there. Okay, and this is a really
Obviously,
important
there's
thing.
bound and free as well.
Now,
Bound.
it's good to see this card here because they actually admit that. They SO2Go works by saturating the wine with oxygen prior to consumption. This burst of oxygen binds the free sulfur dioxide significantly, lowering the preservatives, leaving no harmful residue. That is absolutely bollocks.
It's incorrect.
Because free sulfur, yeah, that is the antioxidant. But total sulfur,
Yeah.
okay, is the antimicrobial effect, i.e. the preservative.
Yep.
So all this does is it moves sulfur from a free state to a bound state. You're still
Which is
consuming
worse.
it. Which is worse, which you are still consuming, which will still affect your body. This will not actually, and to be honest, it makes it smell.
I don't know where mine is. It's gone.
This is unequivocally one of the most shit wine inventions I've actually heard of, and I'm sure I'm going to get some sort of slander thing, but I'm a qualified winemaker. I know what I'm talking about. I went to university for 4 years on it.
I'm definitely not qualified in any way, and I still agree.
And I welcome challenge on that. I do. I very much do. Oh my god, that sounds as dodgy as premium wine card. Yes, it does sound as dodgy as premium wine card. Now, what I've described is a matter of fact in terms of chemical. Just chemistry, just basic chemistry, and also the actual biomechanics of how the human body operates with sulfur being ingested.
Myth. Be careful.
Be careful. No, I'm sure, and I do actually welcome it because I would like to see some the statements that are made around a lot of these products quite often have a lot to do with either natural wine or sulfur not harming you or anything like that, and you're still ingesting the same amounts of sulfur when it comes to these things. Man, I want to know more about this. I've always had preservative allergies, and some wines are just so messed up for me. Now, this is actually a really important thing. I've never used that spray, but got told to. I found natural ones are just so much better. Yes, just have to spend more, but it's so worth it. And not necessarily spend more, because there is a myriad of price points throughout the realms of what we would term natural wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of sulfur allergies, again, probably something that you want to consult your doctor with. That I am definitely not qualified at all to make any statements regarding allergies that you might have.
And also, like, the whole, like, when a wine is labeled as organic wine, that doesn't actually mean that it's sulfur free.
No.
In organic wine certification, you can still add, I believe, I could be corrected,
I believe you can
it's
actually
up to 80 parts of sulfur.
I think it's much greater, because I think organic certification of both wine and vineyard
Yes.
is under the same things as normal wine. So you can add, I think it's like 200 or 250 parts
thought
if it's a
to be-
sweet white
to be
wine,
labelled
and
as-
180 if it's red.
Okay, I thought it was more around 80 or 100, but...
No. It's
like,
basically treated as normal wine.
Organic wine actually, when you talk about organics, actually really it's meant to be about the growing of things, not the making of things.
Yeah. No, you're dead right as well. And there's a number of different, mechanisms of which that is the case. Now, we have 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes.
I'm not fucking leaving!
Oh, dude.
Oh my
No.
god, are you fucking serious?
No.
Yeah, because sorry,
Yes!
guys. Because I've wanted to try this for quite some time. I believe Tim Tams, and now I've got an inkling that I'm correct. I've got an inkling. Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks, bro.
Mark,
Yeah, thanks, bro. I've got a very, very big inkling that I'm actually correct here. Tim Tams, big, rich, generous. It is the king of biscuits. It is the queen of biscuits. The
really
jester. It is the prince of biscuits. It is it is literally the biscuit. I don't actually like biscuits, so I need at least more chocolate than biscuit to warrant it being a good biscuit. Hold on. Okay.
What are we doing?
So
We
I thought Shiraz is an amazing match.
Shiraz and chocolate. Oh, what a treat.
Yeah, but like just the big richness, sweetness thing. And yeah.
I can't do it. I couldn't actually reach to suck.
Legitimately, it does actually match though. It's actually pretty good.
Really? Fuck off.
I think it's a pretty good match.
No way.
Oh wow.
What about chocolate and leaves?
Chocolate and leaves. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Now that's wine, and this is everything left over after that wine. Huh. This is Taylor. This has been the best video yet. I'm so informed right now.
Thanks,
I
Lizzie.
think there's some histamine release for some people who are susceptible in there as well. No, you are absolutely right. So I just have to qualify, there are definitely sulfur sensitive people out there.
100%.
It is not just the free sulfur, it is also the bound sulfur. It's what we call total sulfur. So you need
100%.
to be absolutely aware of that. Now the amount of people that are truly sensitive to sulfur, the percentage is very, very small. That doesn't mean they don't exist, and it doesn't mean that you aren't susceptible. So you need, if you feel, you should totally go to your GP and actually be tested for it. However, I'm not too sure of the efficacy of these products in being able to alleviate you guys, and this is the stance that we'll take, to be able to alleviate you guys from your allergies.
Oh, wow. That's bloody delicious.
It's actually pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's actually pretty good.
Tastes like cherry bright.
It does taste like cherry, right? Now, oh. Now, I have 1 minute to say this. We tried Cadbury, right?
Yeah.
And we found Cherry Creek. Went really well with it.
I don't actually eat sweets that much.
No, Stephen DeHorst helped us out.
He's got your back.
Yeah, he's got my back. So we were eating Cadbury, and we found that cherry, like sour beer, worked really well.
No shit.
And I was really quite surprised. And this here is amazing. I think like that, if you have really rich chocolate, really dense chocolate, that sort of Now, is that like just a massive component of Pinot Noir in there? Like just Pinot Gris is fucking everything, right? Yeah, okay.
Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Blanc, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon, Gamay,
it's a mongrel.
Merlot.
It's what we call in Australia for people on Twitch. A mongrel.
Yeah.
It is a mongrel wine.
It is literally fucking everything.
It's fucking everything. Amazing actually match with the Tim Tam. Actually, I personally prefer that because I feel
You don't like the Molly? The Molly Tam.
I mean, Molly and Molly do.
Molly.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind the odd Molly. You know, it's.
I don't mind Molly either.
It's you know at 15% sends me a little bit gnarly, but
it's possible that Molly is not okay at all times. He's going for round 2. Alright, I'm gonna
clarify this.
It's gonna go back to real basic Chardonnay.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. And on that, we are going to sign off because we are running a little bit over time. Henry Hemmersla is over on Applewood right now, and everyone also should be jumping on Mark Camlay's
Thunderbus.
No. He's got a quiz night. Quiz night every Wednesday night.
Quiz night, Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday night. Jump on Mark Camlay's quiz night. Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Aaron.
Pleasure.
Thanks very much, brother.
This was 1.5. It looks closer, but.
And depending on the size of your screen at home, it's even bigger. Anyway, thank you so much.
Take care. Cheers. Ciao.
Bye. Cheers.
Let's have a look. It's sending data. This might fucking work.
I think it is going to work. I think we've got it. It's a bit echoey, but we can manage.